You know, something occurred to me. Considering the first 4 courses of this game have names, it's kind of a shame that the extra courses aren't named. They're just Extra 1, Extra 2, Extra 3. Oh well, it doesn't matter. The Kirby's Dream Course courses aren't named. They just get numbers, so I don't know what the difference would be. The holes are certainly named, that's for sure. The first hole of Extra 2 is called Lightning. You can kind of already see what's going on here, what they want us to do. They kind of just wanted us to shoot forward and, you know, we'll think about our next shot when we actually get there. I imagine there's some daredevil who's gotten the hole-in-one by using a chip shot to bounce off of one of these slopes and straight into the area with the hole, but we are not that person. We're just gonna shoot. Play the hole its intended way, yes. Come on, right between the pots. Yeah, that's how it's done. Uh-oh, we've got a little... Oops. That's kind of unfortunate. We got a little bounce and wound up in a weird spot, so we couldn't do the hole the way it was intended after all. We're gonna have to chip into the hole from here. It looks pretty doable, though, so it shouldn't be much of a problem. Just gotta not use any spin whatsoever. And there we go, dead center. Don't bump into the UFO, and we're good. -1 already. Makes me wonder how that hole would have played out if we were actually using wind. That's something I don't want to ever have to think about, and unfortunately I do not. So moving on, we have... Oh, that's not a good theme for a hole. That's not a good theme for a hole at all. Well, you can kind of see, this is like that one tower level in, I think, the amateur course. I don't really remember, to be honest, but same basic principle. We've got to use the gold panel to shoot up onto the top of the first tower, and from there I guess we can shoot for the hole. So we've just got to angle this just right so I can get the power up. We see that there's a power shot up there, but there's also a special shot near the pin, so I guess we'll see where this takes us. There's the power shot. That's pretty good. Can't imagine how you would you be able to get a hole-in-one on this? I have absolutely no idea how you would. I guess you would need like a perfect shot, or a perfect angle rather. So it kind of looks like I could take an additional shot to get the special shot, but I'm not really interested. I just want to go for the hole, because 3 under, that would be a huge boost to my score. I would be halfway towards my goal on only the second hole, so let's hope this works. Kind of taking a risk here, because I might bounce on the UFO. And I do, but it pays off and I'm in the hole. That was excellent. I did not... When I made that shot, I didn't really expect it to work. So 4 under and 6 holes to go. We just gotta not mess up. And since it looks like the par of every hole's pretty big, oh crud, the triple jump hole. So you remember those glass panels I was talking about earlier? You're gonna see them used to their full potential in this course rather, I think, because there's another hole with them. Now, I messed up this shot big time. Putting backspin on it was a bad idea, because now, when we go for the third jump here, yeah, that happens. So that's kind of unfortunate. I'm gonna wind up so close to the wall, too. I can't really get into the hole from here, so I'm gonna have to just make par and deal with it. That was unfortunate. It's kind of difficult to judge what angle you should be at when you make your shot onto a glass panel like that. It's kind of a trend of special tee shot in general, but jeez. If I had used topspin, I think... Oh, that's that's an even sillier way to flub your shot. Maybe I should have gone for the button there. Don't know how that would have helped. I don't really know where the special shot, if there is one, winds up. It could even just be a power shot, I don't know. Fortunately, this is a simple shot to make. No chance I can hit the little UFO over the pin like this. But with a little top spin, this might... Okay, good. That's good. Par is always better than a bogey, or even worse. Now, what will the 4th hole show us? The 4th hole will show us something absolutely terrible. Okay, you guys are gonna love this hole. It's completely awful. You've got a pit there. There's a pit right in front of us. We've got to use a trampoline to bounce onto the stairs there, and hopefully we get stopped by a bunker. Or we might get stopped by the little blue blob, which is always helpful to us. And never annoying, I'm sure. So I made my first shot here, and I seem to have overshot because I wound up on the wall above the staircase, as I guess the game is going to call it. So it's time for the game to lag again. Now hopefully I can find some way either to a special shot or into the hole. Actually, what I think I ended up deciding was, because a special shot, like the game would force me to use a special shot, I don't see myself putting into the hole from any of those staircases, so this should work. A little top spin because my thinking was when I hit the bunker I'm going to lose a little speed, and that turns out to be true, but I'm still in the hole. So birdie is pretty good. And I'm using golf terms, actual golf terms now for some reason. Next up are a couple of par 3s. Reflex. That's a pretty odd hole name. Oh goody, more glass panels. See, you obviously saw a couple of holes ago that you can hit a glass panel from below as well as above, and that's what this hole wants you to do. So this is going to end up looking pretty slick, but the question is, are we going to get a good shot out of it? Because we've got air vents, we've got more glass panels that they intend you to use for a hole-in-one, but the problem is, well, first of all, I put on backspin when I didn't want that. And I also missed the glass panel completely. I actually wonder how on earth you're supposed to... You know, I guess you have to angle your shot really, really well and, like, play the hole dozens and dozens of times in order to know where you're supposed to aim at, or what the perfect angle is going to be. I don't really mind that because I still get a birdie, and that's pretty good. And I got the power shot, which is always nice. It's always nice to have it, I suppose, unless it turns out to hurt you. And in this case, I would say it definitely turned out to hurt me. Narrow road, as the game calls it, because you're supposed to aim for that blue arrow, I guess, and hit another arrow, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, so I guess I wind up just wasting the power shot completely. Oh no, I'm gonna putt. Okay. Yeah, that works. Do I hit the... I don't hit the power shot. Not that it would have mattered, but it would be kind of strange if I did hit it. I guess that would mean getting the power shot on the previous hole was a waste. And I'm in. So the power shot was kind of helpful there. But it was difficult to know what my first shot should be, because I think if I didn't have the power shot, I could have done some kind of weird thing. I don't know, let's move on. This hole is absolutely insane. Notice that it seems very short, even though it's a par 5. Yeah, that's because this hole is tailored it's tailored to make you hate it. So, like, your first instinct is probably to go for that green shooter there, but if you do that, it's gonna, like, toss you over the hole, I think. And then if you go over the hole, there's a chance you will hit the gold, tile there and just wind up on the other side of the hole. And if you try to go for the hole from that side, then you'll probably hit the gold tile again and wind up on the complete opposite end of the board, and then you'll just... You can see by that slope there that this hole is not designed very well, I don't think. Like, just picture in your head how some of the shots I attempted probably went. It's a crazy hole. But if you aim for that power shot and then you have a really good angle on the hole, as I do here, then you should be okay. And I think if you miss it, you could probably go for that special shot. Because if you go for one of the power-ups and you wind up out of bounds, then you'll still keep the power-up. This isn't Kirby's Dream Course. But I'm in the hole, so that's good. Another excellent opportunity for 3-ender. So I'm pretty much good to go. I could take 7 shots on the 8th hole. They gotta be a little careful with these par 5s, but then again, I did try the hole over and over again until I figured out the right thing to do. So it's yet another par 5, even though the hole is pretty short. Which should tell you that something about this hole is going to be very, very punishing if you mess it up. Because that's kind of how the theme goes. And in this case, it's those little waves. Now, fortunately, I wound up in the center. That was a very nicely timed shot, even though I was just shooting at random. So there's a bunch of weird stuff here. A special shot, a green shooter with I think the button, but I didn't check. And there's another special shot right there, which is equally strange because it's literally sitting right next to the hole. And using the wave, I just got into the hole in 2 shots anyways. So I suppose that's the best strategy. I'm getting the feeling that a hole-in-one is possible on every hole in this game, but some of them require power-ups that you might not have from the previous holes, so that's a little strange. But 13 under, that's a really good turnout, actually. Is it going to move on to give me my trophy? Okay, here we go. I must have sat there on the scorecard for a little longer than usual. Right out of the hat. That's cool.